According to the Arthritis Foundation, nearly 300,000 children and families are living with juvenile arthritis and other rheumatic diseases. It is leading to a new campaign to raise awareness nationwide. It is called Kids Get Arthritis Too. So joining me now to talk about the challenges are Peyton Pruitt with the Arthritis Foundation and Lisa Baker, a summit volunteer. Thank you both for being here today. I want to start with you, Peyton, because this is something you were diagnosed with at a young age. How old were you? What led to the diagnosis?
I was diagnosed first in middle school. It was kind of a mess, really. I went to my pediatric doctor and they really didn't know what was going on. I went to my neurologist because at first they thought it might have been neurological.
Yeah.
But they couldn't really find anything. They pushed me to Riley with the rheumatology, and there was only 2 pediatric rheumatologists in the state at the time. So we were far away from getting an appointment. We ended up at the ER to kind of hurry things up, and a lot of medical, like medicine attempts, try and fail meds, and we finally got a diagnosis.
So you were kind of a test subject for the first long time of getting this diagnosis.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of kids are, really. They're, with the insurance companies, it's really try and fail meds are really the path they have to take before they find something that can work.
What were some of your symptoms that even led you to be seen by doctors?
So at first it was my hands. They were swollen. I was struggling to hold a pencil. I had to leave class some days because I couldn't hold my pencil. My knees were swollen and I couldn't really walk. I was struggling to walk. I was in tears. And those are the 2 main things for me.
Well, we said at the beginning of this segment, you know, you're one of like 300,000 out there who are living with this. So it is certainly not something that other people aren't dealing with. Lisa, there's this new initiative that is happening right now. Kids Have Arthritis Too. Speak to how it's going to benefit kids. You're not really a kid anymore, Peyton, but like Peyton, who are in the Hoosier State living with this.
Yeah, I think the key thing is the Arthritis Foundation's vision is that people with arthritis would be able to live a life without limits. And kids getting arthritis can't play sports. They struggle, they can, but there are a lot of times they struggle with playing sports, doing everyday activities. They're not thinking about going to prom, and they're not thinking about going outside and playing on a team.
Yeah.
They're thinking about, can I even get out of bed in the morning
to
go to school?
Is going to
because
be
in the
them.
winter, when it's cold, your entire body seizes up, and just simply getting out of bed can be a challenge. And kids shouldn't be thinking about those kinds of things.
Right.
And so we want to really push people to know that this is not an old people's disease. There are a lot of children under the age of 16 every single day dealing with this pain. And obviously, we figured some things out, and there are things that help, but there's a long way to go before we can figure out how to get a cure.
Peyton, you lived that firsthand. I mean, you were in sports when you were diagnosed.
Yeah, I was a 3-sport athlete when I was diagnosed. After kind of the year of trying to figure out what was going on, there was no basketball, no football for me anymore. And then COVID hit, so it was just kind of a delay. I felt like I was kind of losing who I was. But I was able to get back to baseball once I found a med that really worked for me.
Well, I'm happy to hear that you found something that works for you. And there's an event coming up later this month right here in Indianapolis that helps to get others connected with these different resources that you have found to be so successful for you. So Lisa, tell us about this summit that's here in Indy in July.
We are so excited. The Juvenile Arthritis Summit is a huge event, not only for families to get information, knowledge, and lots of tools, but for connection, where families and kids and people with arthritis can meet other people who understand exactly what they're going through. Kids can hang out with other kids who know what they're walking every single day, and caregivers and families can talk to parents who are battling, how do I do this for my kid? How do I advocate for my kid? How do I work through work and family and take care of them? And I think the connection and the community is the biggest piece about the summit. And people walk away saying that they have made lifelong friends, both as adults and as children. So that's our goal.
Sounds like a great opportunity for people to be seen and heard from other people who already understand what it's like. You've been a couple times yourself, Peyton.
Yeah, I have. We went to Atlanta about 3 years ago, and we went to St. Louis about 2 years ago. And I'd like to stress that it's the family summit, and it's not just about the kids, it's about the families and how they can help. And the siblings are also just learning about how their siblings are feeling.
I think that's a great point, because at the end of the day, it might not just be you living with the sickness, or maybe in your family it is, but your entire family has to adapt to what you need to make sure that you can be successful.
Yeah, there are many sessions that really helped my family really understand what I was going through. And then also with the Family Summit, it's a lot, like Lisa said, is connections and networking. I have friends in Washington and Montana and Pennsylvania that I'm able to talk to, and they really know what I've been through.
Well, I'm so glad that this resource is available to you, and I hope that so many of you, if you're watching and you're thinking maybe someone in my family lives with this, you can use this resources as well. Of course, we're going to have all the information for you on our website, fox59.com. Peyton and Lisa, thank you so much for joining us.